So today in apologetics we watched a film that said the Earth is 4 billion years old. This is one of the smaller ideas of one of the more young ideas of how old the Earth is. The internet says that it's 4.54 billion years old, and the extreme case that we heard from PC was that it's 6.4 billion. So, the span of Earth is to 24 hours, as X is to 2 minutes. It said this in the video because it said that during the Cambrian explosion, that's the supposed time that all life evolved, if we were to equate that to one 24-hour period, then that would be, well, the span of Earth being 24 hours, all of the evolution in life took place in 2 minutes. But in order for us to do this, we need to have the same units. So down here we have the dimensional analysis that is required in order to make that hours. So 2 minutes times 1 hour over 60 minutes times 1 over 24 hours equals 1 over 720 hours. So proportionally, we can come to the conclusion that what we have over here with the 6.4 billion, 4.54 billion, and 4 billion, which I continue to use the brackets for the 6.5, 6.4, the parentheses for the 4.54, and just the regular 4 billion for the numbers. We put that over 24 hours because that's of the whole. And then on the other side, we have of the part. Again, it's proportion, so whole over whole, part over part. X is to 107 to 700. X is to 1 over 720, as 4 billion is to 24 hours. Like we said over there, X is to 2 minutes, which we just changed into 1 over 720. So once we do that, we come out to X is equal to 231,481.48, and then the other two numbers, so that's right there. Then we looked on the internet, and this one I actually had a lot of help with from Michael Jokerst, so I'm glad that he's going to be getting the Scientist of the Day award. Right, Pastor Cox? Yes, he's getting the Scientist of the Day award, apparently, which is a new thing. I feel happy. So mutation rate in humans is 1 times 10 to the negative 5th per base per 20 years. So considering this, 1 mutation per base every 200,000 years, well, this is what he's going through, so he's trying to explain it his way and I'm doing it my way, so we have a bit of a different process, so it doesn't make as much sense the way I'm doing it. So I'm going off of his numbers, bear with me. So 231,481.48 years over 200,000 years gets you 1.157 mutations in the Cambrian explosion. Or if you want to go with the parentheses numbers, that comes out to 1.314 mutations, or if you go with the bracket numbers, that comes out to 1.852 mutations. And if you think about that logically, over a span of what is 4 billion years, 4.54 billion years, 6.4 billion years, and the entire rate happens, I'm sorry, I misspoke. So based upon these numbers that we have right here, a span of 1.157 mutations in 231,481.48 years, that is not scientifically possible to make the macroevolution that Darwinism calls for. Just because if you try to have 1.15 mutations over a span of 200,000 years, that's not going to be anywhere near enough in order to make different species. So this here on the board disproves evolutionary or Darwinistic numbers, or something else that I'll get to in a minute. Only 1.157, and the other two, mutations over a span of 200,000 years would not be enough to go through the whole macroevolutionary process of the evolutionary tree of life, which we learn about today in the video, thus disproving either the numbers or perhaps even the theory itself. Because if the numbers are correct and they had that correct, then the theory is wrong. But if they still want to believe in the theory, then their number is wrong. So based upon this, it's more likely that, well, I don't know which one's more likely than the other, but they screwed up. So, anyway, enjoy.